Sup y'all, it's me, it's your boy Asmongold, and today I wanted to give you guys a first look at the Eye of Azshara. Now this is a new dungeon that was just added into the Legion Alpha a couple of days ago, and I've had a chance to do it twice, once as a DPS and once as a tank, and I figured since I've been doing a lot of these first look, first impression dungeon videos from a tanking perspective, we'd switch it up a little bit this time, and I'm going to be doing this dungeon as Fury. Now you guys can see what talents I'm using there as well, and this is going to be basically the same format as my other videos like this, so my other dungeon preview videos, is we're going to be doing some trash pulls that I thought were interesting and cool, and also good ones that I did a lot of DPS on, and also all of the boss fights. Now, speaking of all that DPS, look at that, I was doing so much fucking damage. Anyway, this instance, obviously, because we're pulling together all the trash packs and AoEing them down and killing them and not dying, was pretty fucking easy. And so are the bosses, especially this one here, Warlord Perthesh. The only thing you have to do, really, to deal with this guy is you just deal with him, okay? He's not hard at all. One thing that I thought was kind of interesting here is that he's actually wearing player armor. I think that's a Relentless Gladiator's shaman shoulders, and that pole arm is also available to players as well, so we might see a Naga playable race sometime soon. Anyway, he summons ads, and also whenever he reaches 100 energy, he points an arrow at a certain person, and he hits them with an impale-like ability like Blackhand and Blackrock Foundry. If you have your tank in front of that ability, your tank can intercept it, and that's what I did whenever I was tanking. But, you know, of course it wasn't me tanking. He also enrages whenever he gets to low health. It doesn't matter because he doesn't really do that much damage to begin with. And then after a certain point, he's dead. Besides summoning the two types of ads, the caster ad and the DPS ad, and doing the impale thing, sorry, that's pretty much all he does, and he also does a bleed on a random player in the raid. Also, yo, check this shit out. Look at this Murloc. Like, this guy's been working out. Like, look how big he is. He reminds me of the those Zul'Gurub guys, the Gurubashi, like the big ass motherfuckers. Like, you guys know what I'm talking about. Well, those are the Naga versions. Anyway, whenever you're going down to the second boss, Lady Hate Coil, you have to kill two of these Hate Coil Arcanists, and the reason for that is they're channeling a shield onto her, and if you don't kill them, the shield doesn't break, and you can't even engage her in combat. So these mobs also are very easy to deal with. They're swirlies on the ground, and big fucking surprise, guys, you don't stand in them. After that, that's pretty much all you have to do, and then our tank ran in there and pulled the boss. Now, this boss was pretty interesting, and I really like the way the mechanics work. Now, pretty much you're fighting her in the water, and whenever she casts Static Nova, it says, get out of the water. Okay, what you need to do there? Get out of the water. Okay, also on top of that, she summons ads, and she also casts Beckon Storm. Now, Beckon Storm also again summons ads, and you just need to AoE those down. They're very, very easy to deal with. She also casts, I think it's called Focus Lightning or something like that, and if you get Focus Lightning on you or something like that, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Focus Lightning, you need to make sure that you're not standing on one of those sand dunes, and if you do, it will break destroy the sand dune. But anyway, guys, this boss was relatively easy to do, so I finished her off, right? And so if you go over too close there, it zaps you, by the way. I might go over there. I don't remember if I cut that out or not. So that's where the last boss is, right? So you go over there, and I was even, like, I was going to do this live, but I decided not to, and, like I thought I was talking about Megara, right? Because there are, like, Hydras in here, and then we turn around, right? And then, holy shit, there he is. There's a Hydra right there. Serpentrix, like, I honestly, like, I was so... this dungeon's pretty fucking cool, guys. Like, I mean, I think that the Vault of the Wardens is my favorite, to be honest with you guys, just because of that end phase with, like, you know, the dark area and everything. But this one, guys, this one is a close second. I haven't done the Maw of Souls yet, though, so we're not really too sure. One thing that you want to do, guys, with this boss is make sure that you clear the trash around them, because you guys will see why. He puts a debuff on a random player, and it puts poison clouds or poison puddles under that random player. Now, what that random player needs to do, that random player in my last group did not do, is whenever you get a poison puddle under you, you move out of it. Also, you make sure that you don't run on top of other players. Whenever Serpentrix reaches 66 and 33% health, he's going to go ahead and submerge and go to another hole. And then he's also, if nobody's attacking him, he's going to cast Rampage, the same as he did. Look at that. See? That's how you handle that debuff, like a professional, okay? And also, on normal mode, he summons two ads. I think on Heroic, he summons Arcane ads as well. And these two ads spam cast these Blazing Novas. And really what you have to do here is just kill the ads and interrupt the Novas. Of course, you can burn down the boss, and that's what the other people in my group did, but that's not really what you're supposed to do. Now, he does do that transition twice, and so if you don't engage Serpentrix after he does the Submerge, he does actually start casting Rampage, which needs to be interrupted. That's like the main thing that needs to be interrupted if somebody's not in melee range of him. But just killing those two ads, and that's pretty much all you have to deal with that boss. Anyway, this is like the Deep Beard's Cove, and like, look at this. This is like one of the new mobs, I'm pretty sure. and like we got a fucking lobster on us, so we got to watch out for him. But anyway, look at him, like he's got like that net on his back. Like honestly, guys, I thought that the new mobs in this dungeon were really, really cool. Now, in terms of like the actual abilities they do, not really too amazing, but I did want to take you guys through. It's like kind of like you're going through this cove, and like there's like one of these little fucking goblin guys, but also it's kind of like a shipwreck and all. Like these dungeon, like one thing that I really like about them is they're very different. You know, I don't really see a lot of stuff like this, and it's funny to me to see all this night elf architecture because I just finished doing my Iron Man video, and I've been going through Borean Tundra, and in Borean Tundra there's an area very similar to the Eye of Azshara. Also, another thing, if you guys remember, people actually thought the Eye of Azshara was going to be the new expansion. I made a whole video about it. Turned out to be completely wrong. Would not be the first time. But anyway, after you go through the cove, you arrive on the other side, and then you just have to fight your way up through here. You don't have to kill all of these guys, but you do have to kill this big old boss, King, I don't know, Dickbeard or Deepbeard, same thing. Anyway, you just pretty much kill him. Now, there's a lot of shit that's going on the screen whenever you fight this guy, and I'm not even sure what half of it does. Now, there's like these like vicious winds or some violent winds that push you around. Not really too big of a deal. Also, he puts bubbles on people. You need to make sure that whenever you get the bubble on you, I'm pretty sure you need to make sure you don't get hit by anything, or you do get hit by something. I'm not entirely sure. Call of the Seas. Now, I'm assuming that those swirly blue things that are moving around, that if they hit you, they would do damage, so I just kind of avoided them. So there's a lot of shit going on the ground, and honestly, guys, I think there's too much shit going on the ground. And also, he does an enrage whenever he gets low health, where he has a faster attack speed, but nothing really too intense. And I just cut ahead to this part here because he's dying, and also because I popped recklessness and we were doing executes. So anyway, kill King Dickbeard, and then, I did get a pretty good item there. Everybody else just got clusters. I think somebody else got something. And then after that, after you kill the other, I guess it's 4 bosses, then the big guy comes out, the Wrath of Azshara. Now this guy's really fucking big. Look at him. He's really fucking big. So I'll try and give you guys a better look at him. And the boss itself is really pretty easy to deal with. To be honest, guys, the last boss was one of my favorites to do because he starts off in execute range. And before you actually fight him, you have to fight the 4 mystics that are surrounding him, that are empowering him, and then that makes him engageable in combat. And as you can see, he starts off at 20%, so I really had a good time doing this boss. Now, he did a couple of things where you have to group up with other people and tornadoes that you have to avoid, but there's nothing really in this boss fight that's really deadly, that's something that isn't completely intuitively understandable. One thing that I really enjoy, see, there's the massive deluge. That's something that you just, again, like, let's say it's under you. You change that situation to where it's not, okay? That's just basic, just common sense stuff. Tyrone got an arcane bomb. I'm pretty sure that you just have to group up next to him, or I think you might have to get away from him. I'm not entirely too sure. We pretty much just killed all these bosses without it really being too much of an issue. And there are also waves and the violent winds, and so you just have to be kind of careful. But as a melee, this fight is very, very easy to do. One thing that I'm really enjoying about doing the dungeons in Legion, not only because they have really, really great aesthetics, but also because it didn't really, like, the dungeon, the bosses don't really have a lot of mechanics. You know, they don't have like tons of different mechanics, but the mechanics that they do have are very well understandable, and I think it's going to be a lot easier for new players to get in and understand these dungeons and be able to do well in them and succeed in them, because everything is very intuitive. It's all what's like really the word, like, telegraphed, and there's only really a few abilities that you have to deal with, but the ones that you do are very, very important. And of course, by the way, guys, if you're on Alpha and you're not in SWAGDONALDS, you're just fucking wrong, okay? So make sure that you send me a tell whenever I'm on, and I can get you in the guild, and you can rectify that situation. But anyway, that's pretty much all I got. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the dungeon as much as I enjoyed doing it. I tried to explore a little bit around there, and then fucking sharks killed me. So anyway, that's pretty much all we've got. So thanks for watching, and like, comment, subscribe.